The Super Bowl halftime show always gets people talking, and this year is no different. If you're a mom raising a teen son, you might be wondering how to talk about the Bad Bunny halftime show without overreacting or shutting the conversation down. In this Mom's Perspective episode of Raising Boys with Purpose, I share how we can approach cultural moments like this with calm discernment and faith, guiding thoughtful conversations with our sons instead of reacting to the noise. Welcome to Raising Boys with Purpose, a Christian parenting podcast for moms raising teens and young adult sons. I'm Brooke, a boy mom and parenting coach, and here we talk about raising sons, building character, and preparing our boys for adulthood with confidence and faith. Okay, Mom, I don't know about you, but unless my team is playing, or really my husband's team, I usually show up to the Super Bowl party for the food, the commercials, and the halftime show. Even if football isn't your thing, the Super Bowl has a way of pulling everyone together. And as the game approaches, it feels like most of the conversation right now is about the halftime show. Once it was announced that Bad Bunny would be performing, everyone seemed to have an opinion, long before any of us even knew which teams would be playing. Suddenly, there was a lot of talk and a lot of labels being thrown around. I'll be honest, I couldn't even name one of his songs. I did recognize him from the newest Happy Gilmore movie, but that was about it. And that's okay, because while we may not follow his music closely, there's a good chance our sons do. And if your son is into music at all, he probably knows who Bad Bunny is, and may already have his own thoughts. That's really where this conversation begins. Not with assumptions or strong reactions, but with curiosity. Why is this such a big topic? And what are people actually saying? And how can we help our sons sort through it, think critically, and decide for themselves whether something is truly a concern or just another loud cultural moment? So today we're talking about how we can have those conversations calmly and thoughtfully, walking alongside our sons as they learn to evaluate what they see and hear with discernment. Let's start by slowing things down and asking a simple question. What is this controversy really? Before reacting to opinions or headlines, it helps to understand what's actually going on. One question that often comes up is, why this artist? With so many musicians out there, why was Bad Bunny chosen? This actually can be a great opportunity to talk with our sons about how business works. When you look at audience and reach, the decision makes more sense. Bad Bunny has an enormous global following, and he was the most streamed artist on Spotify in 2025, even surpassing Taylor Swift. And you know what? That kind of reach matters. The NFL and the Super Bowl are big business. Over the years, the league has worked to expand its audience beyond the United States, including hosting games internationally. Choosing an artist with worldwide appeal helps bring in viewers who might not otherwise tune in. In that light, the decision is more about reach than it is about making a statement. For many fans, Bad Bunny's appeal goes beyond music. He's known for celebrating Puerto Rican culture and supporting charitable efforts connected to his homeland. And this all resonates very strongly with his audience. At the same time, some concerns have been raised. There's been confusion about citizenship, but Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, and Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens. And historically, the Super Bowl has featured many performers who weren't born in the United States, so this isn't new. Others worry about political messaging. And you know what? We just had the Grammys, and Bad Bunny won an award, and he has shared political views in the past, and he decided to share one at the Grammys too. And some people are concerned those could show up in his performance. Now, whether or not that happens, he wouldn't be the first halftime performer to express personal beliefs, and much of the performance may not even be understood by everyone watching. This is where a really helpful teaching moment opens up. Instead of telling our sons what to think, we can invite them to think for themselves. We can ask questions like, what are you hearing? Or where did that information come from? Helping them slow down, look for the facts, and consider different perspectives builds discernment, and this is a skill they'll use long after this moment passes. We can also talk about how we respond when something doesn't align with our personal preferences. In life, there will always be things we like and things we don't. While we may not control what large organizations choose to do, we do get to control our own involvement. Choosing whether or not to watch is a personal decision. And learning that kind of agency is an important part of growing up. This conversation isn't about taking sides. It's about modeling calm, thoughtful engagement with the world and helping our sons learn how to navigate culture with wisdom and confidence. Ultimately, our role isn't to shield our sons from every influence, but to help them build a foundation rooted in faith so they can navigate the world with wisdom and confidence. As Christian moms, we're called to live in a way that reflects God's love and points others toward Him. Not just in what we believe, but in how we speak and how we respond. Our words, our tone, and our actions all communicate what our faith looks like in real life. One of the most important lessons we can teach our sons is how to treat people we don't agree with. When we stay calm, respectful, and grounded, we show them that faith doesn't have to be loud to be strong, and that conviction and kindness can exist together. As for me, I'll probably be watching the Super Bowl with friends, enjoying the food, catching the commercials, and letting the halftime show play in the background. I may not understand everything that's said, and I don't really need to have a strong opinion on it. What matters more is the posture I model, choosing discernment over reaction and grace over judgment. And honestly, if it has a good beat, I'll probably be tapping my feet and I'll just keep enjoying the evening. If this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this podcast. And if you're raising a teen or young adult son and want encouragement and practical guidance, come join us in the Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook community. The link is below. Thanks for being here today. Now grab your iced coffee, hug your son, and remember, you're raising him with purpose.